And there is a boy who was born. So
So you had no connection with anyone else apart from your mother, who was mentally unstable, and your uncle was, a drunkard who was struggling with alcohol addiction.
addiction.
And then you're three at this point.
Yeah.
Your earliest memories are around 3 and 4.
3 and 4. That's the memory I have.
And then something really tragic happened.
So the only person I know is my uncle. And one day we are staying in a small room with him. I remember I was 2 and 4. I have this memory. And then the door, someone hit the door, opened it, and my uncle came running. And then these 5 guys, they were soldiers. By that time, the nation was in a civil war. So they came into the house. I don't know why. They came chase my uncle. Then they shot him. But what surprised me that they didn't kill him. They shot him 5 times and watched him bleed. Like I'm sitting there, and they shoot, wait, they shoot, wait, they shoot, wait, wow. They shoot, wait, they shoot, wait. And then the deliberate, I remember they are shooting in parts that will not kill him instantly. So then I see these men are standing there in the room and they're watching him, and he's bleeding and bleeding slowly.
And they saw you there?
Yes, they made sure that I'm there. So they bring me near him. They shoot him when I'm near him, and they watch his bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, and I saw him die. So like he bled for like 2 hours. They're there watching, and when like he stopped like groaning and crying, and then he slowly died, and that way I blacked out. So when I blacked out, when I woke up the next morning, the people in the community had come around to see what happened. I realized I'd become a different person. I realized by that time something had left. The human, like I was not human. From that time until I got born again at 24, my greatest joy was to cause misery. I was a sadist. I enjoyed causing trouble, killing. I enjoyed like seeing people suffer, and that could bring me joy. But I can trace that happened the day my uncle. Like now I've understood after I became a Christian, when I was going through my healing, because I got saved, but the healing took time. It took like 10 years to be healed. My healing, especially deliverance and healing, took 10 years because parts of my life were fragmented. See,
so part of your soul.
now
something happened to your
I
soul.
later understood that at that moment a part of my soul was trapped, and later I realized that after I got married, because when I got married I could not relate with my wife as husband and wife.
Wow.
So I went in prayer, and then the Lord took me to that moment when I was 3 years and showed me when I blacked out what happened. Because God is all-knowing. Jesus is all-knowing. So to deliver me, he had to show me what happened when I blacked out, what happened to my soul, where was I trapped. So when I got married, I married when I was 36, very late. So I was a 36-year-old man, but my soul was 3 years. So I remained trapped at 3 years. But now I was a man with a body, even born again now, got married, but I could not relate with my wife as husband because I had been
because of that trauma.
that trauma. So when that happened, my uncle was dead, and I became a different person. Those people in the occult came to my mind and say, you know what has happened to your brother? It's because we want this boy. You have to give her now officially to us. You have to surrender him to us. So she tells me, but now this one I remember it. She got me, and there is a place where this the headquarters of the occult in our nation. It's like a cave. It's like a cult, as if they believe in God but not God. They don't believe in the Bible. It's like a cult where politicians go and even religious leaders. So she takes me to this place. This place, like it's a cult, it's like a religion. Now, when their leaders die, they don't bury them. They embalm the bodies and pile them in a cave, the dead bodies. So she took me and handed me over to those people. Now, remember my uncle is dead. I have this pain. And now the only person I know now remaining is my mother. So she hands me over to these people who I don't know. They get me. Now, remember, I have the trauma, just lost my uncle.